sorry, but apparently my laptop just decided to shut off for some reason. Um, after the stream, I'm gonna see if I could probably merge the first part that I did with the second part that I have done. I heavily apologize about that. I am so sorry about that. Where was I? I don't know.
Appropriate place to start is the castle that Blippi
No.
has. Answering questions world with everybody's best friend, Blippi to explore
Better than some creators, like I said.
style.
Like
Let's take a look at his numbers. He is currently at 19.2 million subscribers with 829 total videos posted. That's on his main channel, Blippi Educational Videos for Kids. Those are highly impressive figures on their own, but he has 2 more channels. Blippi Toys, which has 11.3 million subscribers and just over 700 uploaded videos, and Blippi Espanol, which has a whopping 16.2.
I gotta get on this shit, man. I gotta get on I gotta get an Espanol channel, man.
Yeah,
I
we
remember Mr.
like
Beast.
like
Since I saw Mr. Beast made all those like different. He made the Spanish channel first. That shit had like 30 million. I don't even know if it's still running.
2 million
Tommy and FG and Espanol. Like somebody AIs my voice and translates it.
subscribers and just about 600.
How did he even convince his friend? Okay, are y'all getting shout on like that for 100K? 100 bands just in your bank account. Like that.
Right.
I can't do it for I'm never doing that in my life, bro. Maybe I'm just too religious or something like that. That's just like horrific, dude. Yeah, look at y'all, man. Y'all are sick individuals. Yes.
yeah. Like I said again, I'm so sorry about that, folks. What happened was as I was doing the stream, my thing just shut down for some. It restarted. It didn't even shut down. Just restarted for some. It No, it didn't even feel like it's like burnt up at all. No. So I don't know what happened. If it happens again, I'm probably just gonna take a break real quick, let my computer settle, and I might get back on this. And if anything, what I'll do is I'll have my brother help me like smush it all together. Um. So yeah, I apologize for that, folks. Let's continue.
Yes. No.
163 videos. That's a combined 46.7 million YouTube subscribers and combined 2,200 videos. Together, these channels have earned him about 37 billion total views.
Oh my
to put that
God.
You want to know the better thing about being I don't mean to be rude, a hobbyist. Right now, what I'm doing is more of a hobby. At least hopefully hopefully will be making money from it. I hope so. I gotta build a bit of a fan base first. Um I do need to see about again asking Holm because he knows a bit of stuff about it. Um on how I could get the stuff out there. I've done clips, so I need to do clips for the other video and this one. But anyway, so the thing about it is what's so good is that once you start to actually make more money than you do from your normal job, you can keep on doing this. So you have the time to work on this. That's the better thing about doing this hobby stuff is you can push that better. And no way do I want to disclose that YouTube isn't a job or anything else. I just think it's like don't put that as your main top priority. You could definitely do that on the side. Now, I can't say much because I don't have a job right now. I am looking to get one soon. Um, but believe me, that's definitely why at the moment I'm only going for Thursdays, Fridays, and Sundays. Just so that way, because like I said, I know there's that possibility. I've already applied for a couple jobs. I could get one at any minute. So that's why I'd rather would just kind of stick with 3 days. And those are usually most of the days I get better vibes. I'm a vibe guy. Like depending on the vibe depends on how I act. Not all the time, but it really just kind of depends on so.
into perspective, that's almost as much as Mr. Beast's main channel. That one has 41 billion views. Being curious about his income, I checked on social.
But the thing is, he isn't as popular. Like I feel some people be surprised. It's for kids. Like kids are watching that.
Yeah, that is weird, huh?
To be anywhere between 30,000 and 475,000 in monthly YouTube earnings. But take that with a grain of salt because money determination on those types of websites is
I think he's
really
touching a
accurate.
I'm gonna be honest though, and like I said, I don't want to bring up politics. So the crappy thing about it is, and this is why I definitely don't see myself ever doing a lottery, because number one, it's practically gambling. If any of y'all, whether you're even adults, and I'm not saying, adults should know everything, but there's some adults who could be enlightened. Don't ever do a lottery. Um, it's a form of gambling, honestly. And number 2, it's kinda not worth it because if you were to win, like, $1,000,000, a good chunk of that's gonna go to taxes. Um, Stupid. Believe me, I know it's stupid. A good chunk of that's gonna go to taxes anyways, so you're probably gonna get a couple 100,000 out of that. So it's not really worth it.
It's just to get a ballpark estimate, but that doesn't go to say if
Like
you're
at least
seeing
$1
those kinds
million
of
a
views, you're
month.
definitely seeing a pretty penny. Now, with these figures in mind, let's go
Wonder
back
the
to
smell
his
of that
style. I
bathroom?
think what sets Blippi apart, as I already mentioned, is that he found an engaging way. Go back to his style. I think what
What
sets
was
Blippi
that?
apart, as I already mentioned, is that he found an engaging way to talk about things kids care about. His content is undoubtedly colorful, high energy, and educational all rolled into one. All videos start out with his catchy tune, so much to learn about, it'll make you want to shout Blippi. And right from the start, his clown-adjacent dressing, the high-pitched voice, playful music,
This is
and
like a
constant
freaking
pop-ups as he
SpongeBob
explains stuff
episode,
would
dude.
probably be irresistible to any 3-year-old. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. He seems pretty
I mean, what would y'all rather play for your kids, like a Blippi video or like a Coco Melon video?
Oh, Blippi. Blippi. Blippi, no doubt about it. Blippi. I'd rather play this sucker compared to Coco Melon. Bro, I can't with Coco Melon. I get so tired of it. Some idiot content farmer literally made a situation where the digital circus like got transported to the Coco Melon world. It was an edit. And basically, after freaking the Coco Melon like was like kissed Pomni on the head for some reason, you just cut to like Peter Griffin dead on the ground. I'm all like, that is accurate how people watch that content farm stuff. It is so stupid. I know with me and my thumbnails are very clickbait-ish, but that's well, number 1, that's actual edit put into it, number 1. And and none of that is edited, by the way. That is the full actual thumbnail, and that takes skill, my friend. And number 2, the fact that I nearly don't as much as I do. I'm barely getting any subscribers on YouTube anyways. Crap, I'm getting more views on Twitch than I am on YouTube. What's even the point of me doing YouTube on this, huh?
good at what he does.
I'm personally playing my kids shit like Diego and what else is like a good
Diego,
show
Dora
like
the
Thomas the Tank
Explorer,
Engine.
The
I won't even talk about the
Backyardigan.
production quality because it's sort of expected from a channel that size. Actually, I should mention that Blippi as a brand was acquired by a company called Moonbug back in 2020. And Moonbug isn't a tiny company. It has over 309 employees and could afford to pay $120 million for Blippi and Cocomelon.
Oh
So
my
yeah, no
God.
surprise in the production quality
What's up,
at all.
Lexus?
It's
What's
also
up-
not
what's up,
surprising
Lexus?
that Blippi would have a whole host of merchandise readily available for his audience. Just a quick
Feel
search
nice
on
better?
Amazon and there's
Yeah,
an
it's
endless
facts.
Another thing is they make it seem like, oh, production is so expensive. Not if you do it yourself. I honestly think never actually go to a business about this stuff. Do it yourself because the more people and the more effort you put into it, the more money that. Now, not saying don't put in the effort. So what I mean by that is get one camera, get one good camera. Basically, invest. Invest. Use a chunk of your money. Put it in. That's what I would like to do. I don't want to get 15 folks on my side. I would rather edit it myself. If I need to, I'll have somebody. It and it's probably gonna be a friend who's probably gonna do it voluntarily. Well, I'm not saying I don't wanna pay for my friends. No, I mean, if they do want money from it, I'll gladly give it to them. But if they choose to do it, and if they're also a part of the YouTube channel, then I feel like we're gonna benefit anyway, especially if we do get paid by this anyway. So we're gonna get paid anyway. But yeah, that's just I'd rather edit it myself. I would rather do all of it myself, and if I have to, I will put down the money for, say, a good quality camera, um, a good just good stuff like that. I rather would invest than constantly spend each a bit of it on proportion after proportion after proportion. It just seems like more money, and again, the more people you have, there's more of a demand for money. Um, so yeah.
variety of Blippi stuff from
What
toys.
the hell? Best 11K reviews on the Sippy Cup? Oh my God! What the hell?
Clothing, books,
Dang,
to
man,
even
how
the
much
TV
is
show.
it?
Their
Oh,
Amazon
it's
storefront also looks pretty nice, I'd say. And there's
yeah,
more. For example, they do
that's
city tours with tickets costing
why is this, like, poster graphic actually a lot better compared to, again, the digital circus content. This actually looks like someone put someone put effort into it. I like it. Of course, I'm not a kid, but I like it. It's actually looks like it got put effort in.
About $25 and have even collaborated with Liverpool FC for an event and special edition merch.
What
Yeah,
the
the
hell?
football club. Also, if Blippi looks different, that's because he is. We'll get
All
to
right,
that.
one
I haven't
youngins.
even mentioned all the commercial Blippi inspired stuff out there that Stephen John and his team are not profiting from. Honestly, it's quite an empire this dude has built in just 10 years.
Hey,
And
all
while
that.
at it, he has of course gotten the attention of many, given media features in CBS News,
Oh,
Forbes,
don't tell me he's petting a
Mashable, and others. The
stingray.
2017 to
Oh, if I
2018
saw a stingray, I'd rather that thing's like a little sea pancake. I gotta scoop it up, put it on a platter, and then like not cook it, but just like keep patting it, and just like kiss it. You know, just put it back in the water and pet it. You know, man, like I'd rather put it on a little tray that's full of water so it can still breathe. I just squish that thing and pat it. They actually have like a bone. They don't even have teeth. They have like this giant bone in their mouth. Like the whole mouth of theirs, especially their bottom jaw, is just like one big tooth basically, and it crushes things. Very interesting. Um, oh my goodness, and they even call the baby ones puppies. They about look like so cute.
period particularly earned him
I'd
lots of
rather keep one as
recognition
a
by the
pet.
media for reasons only the kids channel gods may know. It's money in numbers. All those articles I've shown you are from that time. I might as well throw it in here
Yeah,
that
it's
some
always that
moms
case.
had or maybe still have the hots for Blippi and a now deleted
That's why I don't want to get too popular. 'Cause my stuff isn't about making all that
thread
money.
in a Reddit mom group. Someone posts, "Does anyone else want to Blippi?"
Single moms, man. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. These single moms be so
Feel you, Tommy.
horny, man.
I feel
Why
you.
they be so horny? What the hell?
Was this from a mom too?
and others. The 2017 to 2018 period particularly earned him lots of recognition by the media for reasons only the kids channel gods may know. It's money in numbers. All those articles I've shown you are from that time. I might as well throw it in here that some moms had or maybe still have the hots for Blippi and a now deleted thread in a Reddit mom group.
Nah, they there for that bag, 100%. Hey, man, posting that
I
as a
have
mom
no
on Reddit. Imagine
clue
your child growing up
why.
and seeing that comment like 10 years later.
Hey, Blippi! I want to say this to that mom. If you started, if you, we all know what. Would you rather have your kids see that over your satisfaction with a, because your kid watches that? I want to say this to all them kids. If your parents ever say that about a person you watch,
Blippi got that risen him.
Way to sexualize the thing your kids watch.
hey,
Anyway,
he's got that fan base. I mean, he's got that fly, you
while
know,
browsing
man.
articles written about him, I found an interesting reason
Probably
why he
has
was
2 to
able to
5
start
kids.
the Blippi channel so successfully. But before we get to that, let's switch gears and get into his really weird backstory. A weird
Talk to
backstory.
me, man.
Oh,
Let me
Lord,
begin
here he
by
comes.
reminding you that Stephen John changed his legal name from
Predator
Stephen
moms?
J. Grossman. It's therefore very likely that anyone who knows him as Stephen John wouldn't be able to recognize
That's a
him
terrible
Again,
last name,
yeah,
by the way.
yep,
Terrible
yep.
last parents.
from
I knew he'd take it.
Ready to take your business to the next level? Scale it with the commerce platform made for entrepreneurs. Shopify is
I
specially
do not care.
Steezy
Grossman?
Grossman persona. It's no wonder that BuzzFeed put it this way. While some may have seen Blippi throw the first pitch at a
Chat,
20
my
type
gosh,
one
last
if y'all
name's
have
legit.
noticed this big like crackdown of all the like indie businesses happening right now. Like so many like off grid businesses.
Gross man. Come on.
Arizona Diamondbacks game, they've almost certainly never heard of Steezy
Steezy
Grossman.
Grossman,
So first, let's clear the question. Why was
No wonder
Steven
he went
making
insane.
films? Turns out he went to UCLA Extension to study cinematography and film production, and so he was right within his alley with the acting and filming stuff. The problem is, with his Steezy Grossman persona, he chose a rather odd route and adult-rated route to take.
I wonder if the Grossman last name is actually like he planned this all throughout the start. And I wonder if yeah.
He was a turd boy. You heard that right. A turd boy. In a fake trailer for a film called Turd Boy, Steezy plays
I
a
don't like
role
this.
that is hard to describe, not because of its complexity
That is definitely shit smeared on his face. I can tell from the blur.
But rather its nastiness. Basically, it's about getting pregnant from anal sex, and then the baby comes out, but it's half poop, half human, so it's called Turd Boy, and the whole little skit, fake trailer video he made is about the kid, I guess.
Ew! So, I have this weird thing where I don't like something being made out of the same material. What I mean by that is, so there's this book, I loved it. I love it, called Cardboard. It was written by Doug TenNapel. But what got me so creeped out was the cardboard made up everything about the monsters, basically. Now, the organs, I don't mind that, because our organs are made out of meat. They're made out of the same thing. I mean, our muscles made. Maybe a different type, but yeah. So the organs were made out of cardboard, right? Which again, that wasn't a huge problem for me. But if the blood was made out of cardboard, the eyes were made out of cardboard. The eyes, especially, was what would bother me. Because I had a nightmare one time. This weird guy who's like made out of rocks merged to a wall, and it's like you got this close up in his face. Everything was made up of rocks. It creeps me out. So does this mean this guy's eyes were again? It creeps me out. I don't know. Something tells me it's a kind of phobia. I don't know, but yeah. Also disgusting too. Disgusting. Looking back now, I think, yeah, I'd rather watch the content farms. I would rather grow up. I tell you, I plan on adopting a kid later down the line. I don't see myself having a family, but I do plan on like adopting a kid in the future. I I do not want him to watch this stuff. Not Blippi. Maybe Blippi depending on how they turn out. I just mean the content farms.
Yo, stop talking, bro. Stop telling me this. Tom, stop telling me this, man. What? That is the most disgusting type. Oh my god. How do they think of things like this? You go to college for a degree for this.
Someone's Christian in the
Freaky, I think
chat
that's more
or
than
of some
freaky.
religion. Please bless me and like I don't
That's
know.
more than freaky. Yeah, it's definitely not a surprise that people are kind of concerned about his background.
Getting bullied and going through
Logan Paul
life
look
and
Facts,
its
bro.
troubles.
Facts. He makes Logan Paul look sane.
And it's like him covered in makeup prosthetics of poop, so it's pretty gross. And apparently he was really proud of this accomplishment, saying, "Good times filming this thing. Crew was amazing. Cast was awesome. And I can't say enough, it was awesome making out with Carolina." Isn't it surprising the kind of film festivals they had back then? I mean, if I read it right, there was a 2012 International Shit Movie Film Festival. The other one was the 2012 Machinima Interactive Film Festival. Out of curiosity,
Yo, I'm so glad festivals like.
I
fell
hope
off
they
a
don't
little.
mean crap as in like actual crap or like just like international crap movies. Like just crappy movies. I'm about to end stream.
A little bit.
Why didn't my computer restart when this was happening, bro? Bro.
Cause like what, bro? This is like nowadays. You could probably find a group that's into that shit on like Reddit or something.
yeah, I actually tried to find out what the International Shit Movie Film Festival was all about, and I found this interesting set of regulations where, among other things, they required submissions to be odd. For example, they say, the art of, quote, bad on purpose, end quote, is exciting to us. And think outside the box. We like weird, zany, and insane shit. Anyway, going back to Steezy, a quick search on the internet.
What?
We like weird, zany, and insane shit. Anyway, going back to Steezy, a quick search on the Internet Archive will show you that these roles were nothing new to him. For instance, I found that he also did Pee Troubles, Dick Genie, and Underwear Man.
I'll give you your boner, powerful and more mighty and hard.
So yeah, pretty strong choice of content, definitely leaning more towards the NSFW.
This is like something South Park.
What have we become as a society?
Side.
What have we become as a society? I am not a freaking pro society person. I'm not really all about that. Like I am not the most huge society like person, but this is concerning for the rest of society. This is I'm glad this generation has ceased to exist. Brother.
Unsurprisingly though, that turd theme would later feature in his other shenanigans, such as the Harlem Shake poop. The Harlem Shake poop. Alright, so before we talk about his twist on the Harlem Shake, let's talk about the Harlem Shake. That is, if you somehow didn't hear about it in 2012, I don't know. For some of you born in 2012, I have no idea. Basically,
Do kids not know the Harlem Shake? Damn.
Dance that
in 5 years, I'm gonna say, oh my god, remember the Harlem Shake? I know there's gonna be like some kid that doesn't know it.
came from a
It's gonna
song.
make me cry.
But we're gonna take a closer look at it just to really
You know, guys, I just realized something. Queso would have actually enjoyed this. The Harlem Shake, he probably would enjoy it.
show you how
I mean,
far
crap, he
Steven
talked
went
about
with
it
this
so
one.
much.
So, as already mentioned, the whole thing was originated from a song, a track titled Harlem Shake by American DJ and producer Bauer. This heavy bass instrumental track, though released in 2012,
What the
later
heck
grew
is he
wildly
doing?
popular, and it sparked the dance series in 2013. Not to say that the
Riot
dance
Gang?
didn't exist before, but it was
Bro,
definitely
it's crazy because Filthy Frank made the Harlem Shake. People don't even know that.
popularized with this trend.
Oh!
In the
Bring it
song,
back.
there's a
Atta
lyric,
boy, break it
"No
down,
do the
break it
Harlem
down,
Shake,"
creeper.
and that's where like everyone just goes crazy. Woo, woo. But before the lead up, or I guess during the lead up, it's usually one person dancing. You know, they look a little awkward. You're watching the video, you're like, damn, this dude's pretty awkward. Unless you already know what's gonna happen.
Crunchy,
which
you're
is,
showing
like,
your age, bro.
99% of the
Stop talking
universe.
to my
But in the do the Harlem Shake voice.
Oh,
That's
God.
so stupid saying this. Then the beat
Bro, they don't have trends like the Harlem Shake anymore. It's kind of
I know it's gonna happen.
drops.
Like, what's the latest trend where like the whole world was doing something? That's why I kind of miss
know.
like everybody having social
World War
media.
II,
Or, like,
World
you would
War
just see stuff
III.
online.
Okay.
I'm just
And then
saying.
Nothing like the Harlem Shake.
everyone goes crazy.
What do we have? The devious lick, the gritty. Oh my god, please. Oh my god, terrible.
So
Oh man,
that's a
Scrooge
little
did the
throwback.
gritty.
Tide Pods. It might have been Tide Pods, honestly. It might have been Tide Pods.
The heck's a
Skibidi
Tide Pod?
Toilet W. It's not none of that. No.
And yes, that is
Pods. Skibidi Toilet W.
Not Skibidi Toilet! I have seen content farms, battlefields of Skibidi. Can't take it anymore.
It's not none of that. No.
And yes, that is Joji in that pink morph suit. Totally a fact that no one knew that. I'm the first person to find out that Joji was in that pink morph suit.
I knew
So
that.
don't you dare comment saying that you already knew that, alright? That was
already knew
definitely
that.
a fact no one likes spamming in comments of videos. You can definitely see why Urban Dictionary defined the dance as an electric upper body dance move that involves the shaking of your upper torso and shoulders. I have to admit, I went down the Harlem Shake rabbit
Power
hole.
Rangers on
Yes,
top.
there's a Harlem Shake rabbit hole. There's a rabbit hole for
There's a rabbit hole
anything.
for everything, my god. There's gonna be a rabbit hole about me. There's gonna be a rabbit hole about you. There's gonna be a rabbit hole about everything. Why you don't go for that highlight?
And I found some pretty
The bigger
odd
they are, the harder they
origins. I
fall.
found
Let
this
that be known.
obviously fake definition, but I thought I'd share it with you guys. That its true origin came from 125th and Lexington, New York, where gangsters would shoot unsuspecting crippled people with crutches, and the staggering fall of these people would become the dance. Yeah, this is just some internet.
I'm not even about to ask, bro. They just be making up anything. Conspiracy theorists niggas are the worst. Like, I swear, it's just a fun dance. It's just a fun dance people thought of. Why are you doing all that? There's no world where it's that deep.
Internet bullshit. Although, to be fair, there is a different
They're
version
not gonna
of
see
its
the pearly
origin story,
gates.
which is a lot more believable, where it's believed that the dance was invented by a guy known as Al B to imitate drunk people. Anyway, as the dance got introduced to local parties in
That's a little
Harlem,
more
it
tame.
just started becoming
Just
a
gonna
thing.
ignore
And
that?
it went viral for sure. Extremely viral. There's a whole compilation of people in the office, people in the army, mascots, you know, the WWE, just doing this trend. It was honestly...
Wait,
it was
the
a good time
WWE
in
did that
history.
too?
I missed that. I even made one as a kid. Though that is lost media, I did find a video of me dancing as a banana at 9 years old.
Yo, this is terrible.
Oh god.
Y'all will never get any footage of me like this when I was a kid.
Look at him
Remember
go.
Nah, we all had cringy videos like this though, as a kid. Damn, look at the TV too. Like the average
Oh,
TV in a
that's an
room,
old
in a
TV.
kid's room.
My
Man, this was the
God.
average TV, man. Now
Right.
it'd be the size of the wall.
Hey, Joe.
All right, I don't know how to transition to the next
Well, y'all
topic, but
definitely did.
let's get to the next section. Now, going back to our guy Steven, he decided he wanted to be a part of this trend, but in a very unique way. He called his version the Harlem Shake poop, and because I can't show the video, I'll try my best to describe it without getting demonetized. So the scene is set in a normal bathroom. He's sitting on the toilet with his pants
Oh, God, he's actually drawn this.
down to his
about to
ankles,
be
and
drawn
he's
out.
wearing a cycling helmet and some goggles. And you know, the song is building up, the classic Harlem Shake build up, and he's dancing. There's no one else in the toilet with him or in the room, the bathroom. And then it's
Flashbacks,
like,
I don't
"Do
want
the
to
Harlem
know."
Shake. And extremely gross
Oh,
warning here.
flashbacks, that's
He
a-
then diarrheas onto his friend who's laying upside down on the ground. It's like a missile of brown. So definitely not showing that, but it's a
It looks exactly like that. Oh,
real video. I watched it, and it is Blippi. It's our boy Blippi. You know, pre-blip.
God. That's terrible.
God. Yep, morbid documentaries, guys. This is what we do here. Oh, did I mention that his friend was also butt naked? Well, he was. Again, saying
Ow!
Naked around my friends, like.
No! Hold on, I'm gonna do something real quick. Okay, 0 viewers at the moment. Brother. What have we gotten ourselves into? I do have to check something real quick, chatting. Just gonna have a look here. Want to make sure if it at least auto-saved it, but I kind of, now I'm doubting it. Oh, okay, good. It saved it, luckily. So only 26 minutes? Okay. Sorry about that, folks. Because like I said, my computer turned off, so I wanted to make sure if it saved the last stream or not. It did. I guess you don't have to end stream, but or no, go away. Thank you. Get away. Man, I ought to cover a freaking video of Angry Grandpa, huh? Alright, let's move on.
Like, I couldn't even be naked around my friends. That's too
Yeah,
close.
why?
I know women be doing that. Like, it's actually, I don't know how to.
the video is gross.
Some of them are very weird. They're lady friends. Sorry. Like in cartoons or shows, even if they're straight, they act so gay around their friends. I'm sorry to all ladies who act like that, like all girls like that who act like that. I'm very sorry, but it's like you have those like I see them in cartoons like these. The girls are so girly to each other. It's like they're almost in love with each. It's like, what do you want?
It's an understatement. As this Redditor put it, that was 1,000 times worse than whatever I thought it would be. Now, this side of Blippi may have remained hidden.
How did
if it
they
wasn't
even
for a
find this video? Who found this video?
BuzzFeed article. Yeah, BuzzFeed of all companies were the people that brought this to light. To be specific,
wow.
it was a BuzzFeed article from 2019. And in the classic style of media, the
Get it
story
out
Aren't
my
they
head,
nosy?
please.
published over and over and over again by other publishing medias. And of course, it was all over social media, like this Reddit post, some YouTube videos talking about it. The aftermath was also in the form of pushback by some parents. This article, for example, suggests that some parents would need therapy to, quote, cope with the news that Blippi shat on someone, end quote.
Okay, it's not that deep, man. Yo, maybe I'm too.
Bro, don't act like you got depressed. Do not act like you're just gonna fall off the side of a building because of that. Because Mr. Incredible ain't gonna save you. And if somehow we had a Mr. Incredible, you're probably gonna sue him.
Traumatized
Do
from
not, bro.
from looking at the internet as a kid, but I've seen way worse as a kid.
Another article details the response from
It
a
is therapy. Saying therapy, bro. I was looking at ISIS beheading videos in middle school. If anybody needs therapy, it should be me.
Bro, I watched a YTP. Have y'all ever heard of Angry Black Man? Now, I'm probably sure whoever's viewing me might not, but whoever watches this, but I didn't watch his actual videos, but I understood his videos from a YTP. And let me tell you, that was actually worse than the original video. I'm not gonna get into specifics, but it was a lot more dirtier compared to the. And I was like, God, I was 9. I was 10 at least. So, yeah, I've seen stuff in my time.
And I don't need it. Maybe you do need a therapist. I probably do need a therapist.
You know
I'll
what?
never forget when I saw like a woman giving pregnant at like 8 years old on YouTube, just randomly, it just popped up.
We all know how janky some game maker tools are. I'm gonna be on the sandbox, build an island.
Mom of 2 in Virginia who said, "This kind of changes the game for me as far as letting my kids watch his videos. It just feels weird to know that he participated in these disgusting acts and has now shifted his focus to working with children. We wouldn't let a teacher with that background work with kids. Why would a child entertainer be any different? Using copyright laws to hide the dark past." So again, just so we're on the same page here, in 2019, BuzzFeed revealed his past, and what did Blippi do? Well, he and/or his team filed a DMCA copyright infringement claim against BuzzFeed to not publish the video anywhere. And a DMCA claim,
I mean, shit, I probably would have done the same thing.
Yeah,
anyone who might
no
not
doubt
know,
about it.
allows a person, the copyright holder, to get someone else, like a website, to take down user-uploaded
best.
material that belongs to the copyright holder. So in our case, Steven was the owner of the Harlem Shake poop video.
Oh,
and used
no,
the
I don't
copyright
wanna
law to
see
get
it.
BuzzFeed to not publish the video anywhere. It also turns out that he didn't only send a legal notice of infringement to BuzzFeed, he also sent it to Google after a Russian
Bling.
website hosted it and Google indexed it. A Vice article
What?
also clarifies that in an interview, Blippi said
Blippi's the only man to take down Google. How did he do it?
that it
Dang,
wasn't the
he's like
BuzzFeed
Doomslayer.
report
He
that
took
prompted
on a
his
whole
response.
company.
Rather, he had already been
Isn't the
doing
song
that for
copyrighted?
years
Yeah,
before
No,
it
popped
is.
up
a whole
somewhere
empire.
online. He specifically said, "It wasn't BuzzFeed's reporting that led me to try to get the video taken down. I've been doing that for years, pretty much whenever and wherever I find it up somewhere." He also came after the Vice people a little bit, saying,
So, people like, and I am probably going to hell for saying this, Belle Delphine, who have actually done some nasty stuff. That's dropped. And has probably been doing it for years. This guy is somewhat changed his thing and is actually trying to educate kids. And now then he's getting hit by it. I'm pretty sure this was probably a couple years ago, but still. It's like, come on, man. Like, come on. I'm not saying we should just forgive everybody, but it's like sometimes folks do need to forgive, and it's like if this guy is actually doing some good, then forgive him. If he's still doing bad, don't forgive him. But what happened to it when a person even did something slightly good, it was still forgiving. It showed he was trying. Now these days you're absolutely irredeemable because you did one thing that was like years ago. And not to mention, do you think this is worse compared to people actually committing crimes?
"Filing a takedown notice hardly qualifies as going to quote extreme lengths." I don't know, man. I think it's pretty
It's a
extreme.
little bit
My
I don't know
question
if
is,
you
what
think
was
that, Blippi.
BuzzFeed
Poop
doing with his
man.
stuff
I'll
in
call
the
you Poop
get-go
Man
anyways?
across the video.
They're pretty nosy. They were already stepping in some territory they really didn't need to get into. This whole thing could have been avoided, but they were nosy. What I hate about news companies, they get nosy. They're no better than Keemstar. They're nosy. Excuse me, I'm so sorry.
Yeah, and I'm not.
Oh,
Now, winding back a bit to the DMCA part, you can
Oh,
see that on the
getting over this
takedown request
cold.
sent to Google, the original
HarlemShakePoop.com. They made a whole website for the video.
Really? Why?
URL is specified as HarlemShakePoop.com. Why is that important to know? Well, I want you
Someone's
to get
gonna
a
search
sense
it
of
up.
how committed Blippi was to going viral. Having a
All right.
dedicated website means that Blippi wanted people to visit it. More on that later. Anyway, thanks
What?
to the unforgetting nature of the internet, you can actually look
What
it
did
up.
you
I'm
just
not
say?
encouraging you to do
I'm okay. And if you look it up, and you know what I'm saying, just know that I warned you, and Tuvington right here has warned people as well. Don't look it up.
that, but you can look that up on Google
I
and it
searched it up on accident.
I am not. I am not. I'm not
pops
gonna
up
look it up.
right there
as well
on the
start
internet
therapy.
article. Again, I'm not recommending that. No, don't do that. That was just an educational statement. This is an educational video, guys. So, YouTube reviewer, if you're watching this is an education.
Oh, man couldn't get this crap out of me. That's a good one. I won't arced one Sebri 3 ZE. I won't But God
video about a
bless.
weird topic. But
Omni-Man
anyway,
could get
what
this shit out
happened
of me.
after all this information came out? Well, Blippi responded. So let's get to what he said. Blippi's
God, what did he
apology
say?
and transformation. Let's actually start with his response to the BuzzFeed article, because that's where most of the information about the poop saga comes from. In a statement to BuzzFeed, he said, "At
Like
the
a Marvel
time, I
song.
thought this sort of thing was funny, but really it was stupid and tasteless, and I regret having ever..."
Funny? What is funny about that? What is funny about that?
Okay, not gonna lie. The stuff me and my brothers see on Instagram aren't as clean, but we don't make it a point to be obsessed with it. I think being gross, there's a comedy to it. Like, and I think that's where people get. It's like now these days you can't be gross. Crap, there's a show I used to watch called Breadwinners. They made butt jokes. I like this one scene where homeboy, I don't know if he had stretchy powers or if it was cartoon logic. His butt was like dragging. It was out there and it was glossy. About like that of Kane's. What? But he was like it was dangling down. He goes, yeah, he was tired. Trying to keep up butt. And it farted. Everybody hated that show because of that the gross joke of it. It's like that was funny. If you add a guy just all of a sudden dropping it and he lets out the most ripping nuke ever, that's funny. Some people do find that funny. Yeah, that's no better than making certain jokes about certain crimes. And again, I think it's still disgusting what this dude did, but why is this any worse compared to the stuff that everybody watches? I see the most nastiest stuff to my brothers. They find it funny sometimes. They go, Mason. It's the way it is. Some people have nasty taste. Now, again, when you're actually obsessed with that stuff, that's a different story. And that is a concerning problem. But if that's just kind of the comedy you're into, that's the comedy you're into. Crap, that's what I want to do with my, like, the dad character always is gassy. So he goes like, "Rah," you know, crap, it's like I'd like to make an episode where he goes into a farting competition just because of that. See how much he can actually fly into the sky. The problem is I guess the grossness, especially back then, is what made comedy. But now these days, it's like, ew, it's disgusting. Wait, he farted. Even for guys. And as we all know, guys, especially when it's me and the boys, aren't the cleanest folks around. Not saying we're disgusting. Every man's disgusting, no. But it's like that's how usually a lot of men are compared to the comedy. We can say the most hatred thing. We can honestly say the most offensive things to each other, and we'd have no problem with it. So
Done it. He also said, "I've grown up a lot since then, and I trust people will see me as the person I am now, not the idiot I was back then." That response has two things that it communicates strongly. One is that he obviously regrets his past, and two, he's alluding to the fact that he's changed as a person. However, like a shadow...
I'm not even saying like he didn't change or whatever. I'm not saying he can't be a child YouTuber. Bro, what was funny about that? Society's fallen.
His past keeps lingering, and
Jesus
there's
Christ,
no
bro,
real way to shake it off. In
had a
fact, a
deep
good way to
character arc.
perceive
Well,
this
that's
is
the
to
thing,
think of
people
what
gotta
our
let
community
go.
now insinuated. Should John's checkered history determine the fate of his beloved character Blippi? In other words, should bad history mean that a person can never change? This is a topic that we've actually talked about in my YouTubers that ruin their lives video, specifically the Shane Dawson part, because these are people that have done really horrible things. Blippi was just disgusting. I don't think he hurt anyone. But
Yes.
believing in growth, if you want to believe in that someone...
Y'all think he should be he shouldn't be a child YouTuber because of this, or should he? No, Shane Dawson is actually like that dude is actually
That'll be
low-key,
the cover of the
like,
video I'll cover
he-
Thursday then, huh?
Like no joke.
Hey, y'all, probably sub or like comment down below if people see this. If y'all want me to up my schedule a little bit, because I have no problem doing it. We barely do anything Saturday. Like my whole family just Saturdays. Either today where we're doing a whole bunch of stuff, like we got to go do, scouting, or we just nothing at all. So I mean, y'all give a thumbs up, comment. I'm not saying that as a way to make money or anything else. If you wanna sub, if you want, like, I don't really blame you. I'm just some effing like freaking I'm just some freaking kid who's in his room filming here. Like, come on, guys. But, I mean, it's like if y'all want me to up my schedule a little bit so we could get a little more videos back to back, I've got no problem. It just can't be a full week thing. So it's like if I did Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, that's at least 4 days out of a whole weekend that you're getting. 2 days for the week, 2 days, well, the full weekend. So
Similar.
Has grown.
I mean, if he does hate what he did and moved on, he deserves a second chance. That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't really care, to be honest. But all I know is those kids that are watching him now, they're gonna see like 10 years in the future. I know they're gonna see that video.
oh boy.
On you, but usually there is evidence. You know, if this dude hasn't done anything crazy in 10 years, it's more than likely that he's changed. But you know, we'll never know behind closed
You know, how long are we when it comes to this video?
doors.
Oh, okay,
Steve's
hold on.
lawyer actually put it as, it was a consensual, non-sexual poop joke. No one got hurt. It's not sexist or criminal or problematic. It's just pure jackass
Ugh.
prank stupidity.
Jackbutt got away with this kind of stuff. Jackbutt. Oh my god, I just actually brought up a good point. I was just saying that just to say it. Now it actually brings up a good point. Jackbutt did this. They did this kind of stuff. I don't want to go into detail about it. No one said anything. Oh. Oh my goodness. You see what I mean, folks? We are sensitive. We are babies. You poke a person and they just pop. They pop like a jelly bag. It's stupid. Oh, we're gonna get canceled for this.
Blippi also
Nah, don't
responded to the
compare
Vice
Jackass to
article
that.
about
Jackass
his use
never-
of
they never
copyright
did
law
something
to
like
bury
that.
his past. Again, he emphasized that he was regretful
No,
of
they
having made the
did.
poop
They've
video
they've
or
done
even finding that kind of
many.
entertainment funny. He said, although I thought stuff like the Harlem Shake poop video was funny when I was in my early 20s, these days I'm really embarrassed that I ever did anything as stupid and gross as that. He even took a jab at the journalistic standards
that he
of
has
both
my
Vice
name?
and BuzzFeed. He implied that Vice, and I've already mentioned this, was inaccurate for saying he went to extreme lengths to try to get the video taken down after the BuzzFeed article came out. He suggested that BuzzFeed's article was not, quote, a blockbuster investigative report, end quote, as Vice phrased it. And the sheer fact that Vice thought that was true was reflective of deteriorated journalistic standards. Basically, I think he was just trying to tell him that y'all hyped up this video of me pooping, and
Well, it's another way of trying to bring people for the dumbest thing down. That is basically, and I'm about close to going on a rant here, but it's like I want to reach to the end
it's not
about
worth
this.
the hype. But Blippi, let me tell you something, it is worth the hype. It is. In fact,
That's very much interesting. Worth the hype.
there are parents who are still on his side even after discovering his past. Our Community Now reported, for some parents, the apology is sincere, and the benefits of Blippi outweigh his past history. One parent,
Yes.
for instance, speaking to BuzzFeed, said, do I want my kid to go and give him a hug? Probably not, but I also don't want to deprive my kid of his...
Oh yeah, no. Yo, I had a kid that was watching Blippi, and then Blippi came like, come on and give Blippi a hug! Give Blippi a hug!
And Blippi a hug. My goodness, it's Blippi. Oh. So that was closed, huh? Crap, I got my own drawing down here, man. I don't want to ruin that.
Away, bro. I'm sorry that man is gonna smack the up and beat up. Nobody, I would never forget that image if I was a parent at a kid that was watching Blippi. No.
I also don't want to deprive my kid of his construction videos that have actually really helped boost his language skills. I just might not watch that chocolate factory video again. I don't know exactly which video she's referring to, but I'm willing to bet it's this one. Anyway, the point is that even after
What the hell?
some parents discover his past, they're not going to go
Bet
through
you
the
would do it
effort
for
to
10K.
cancel him,
I
and this
promise
is
you I
obviously
wouldn't.
kind of true given his growth in the past couple of years. At the time that BuzzFeed published our article, the channel was at about 3.6 million YouTube subscribers, and that number has now grown to 19.2 million. And his other channels have also experienced a similar trend. There's a chance growth means people love him, right? Viral strategy using past skills. Now, while that poop stuff is a major controversy, that isn't the only thing that puts people off when it comes to Blippi. For example, there's an entire Reddit thread framing him as just a guy after money with no care for the children he's supposed to be entertaining. The thread, which
I mean, to be fair, that's most YouTube kids creators.
You know, honestly, I'm even going to add on to that, Tommy. That's most businesses. So, the thing about businesses, and I hate doing this to knock on them. I'm not saying they're all mean. You have some who actually care for their customers, but the biggest reason why most businesses actually listen to their customers and actually care about them is honestly just because of that money aspect. It's not even for a care thing. It's like you only care for your customers as a form of conflict of interest. You'll listen to whatever they want, whatever they say, because you know that is what pays your bills, instead of actually caring or crap. Like you can give at least two craps about that particular person, unless they have actually been a really good personal friend to you for years. Like I know a lot of businesses, smaller, like small mama pop is freaking like a repair store. They've got a lot of customers that they actually have a personal connection with. It's not just a conflict of interest where I only like you because you're paying me, feeding and feeding my family and everything else. It's a personal connection, almost a friendship, you know. And that's the thing. It's what I like more about small business. But of course, with all this stuff, small business is ruined, and it's going to take years to bring it back. That's the problem.
Like, you're not about to sit on videos every day like, hey guys, today we're gonna be playing with this Among Us plushie over here. Among Us.
Could be just
I will be doing that. I will be.
This looks like pee.
Fair
Don't tell me
mentions
this.
that Blippi seems obsessed with brand growth, given how he's always
Oh, I
emphasizing
want
the
to grab
kids
that
to spell out
dog's
his
little
name
fat
and search
face.
it online, sort of
Look at
drilling
that
his
dog's
brand
fat
into their
face.
young minds.
But if you want to watch more of my videos, all you have to do is search for my name.
Ooh. 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 He looks more. He sounds more touched than Angel does from Hasbin Hotel. Okay, you know what I'm going to say? He sounds more gay than all the Hasbin Hotel characters.
Will you spell my name with me? Ready?
Make sure you drop a like and super duper subscribe.
Blippi, good job.
The thread also mentions in interviews that Blippi talked a lot about his approach at the beginning of his content journey, including living in LA for 6 years and learning skills like online content marketing. There's also a mentioning of the bewildering large merchandising operation that he runs,
name?
and again, it's
Stop.
prior
Did they
skills
call him Monopolization? I actually saw something about the news that Amazon's kind of getting conspirized as a monopoly. Nothing we could. Honestly, I'm not a guy who wants a monopoly, but I actually do get pretty fed up with having to pay so many different entities for my bills and for my insurances and everything else. Like everything is a separate entity, thus making it also a separate payment. Every single type of insurance is not covered by one company. It's probably covered by its own car insurance company. Everything else. No, that's I might have the facts wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong about that, but it honestly is a bad thing how separate entity it is, because that's why you have to pay so much more, because you have to pay for every little thing. The bills don't come from the same company. The water could probably come from a different company. The electricity could come from this dude. The heater from that dude. And it's like that's the problem when you try to get rid of monopoly. I think there should be a balance. You know what I mean? There should be a fine balance between a business covering most of bills, right? And yeah, it's not going to be cheap, but it's at least probably going to be a little more lower than what you'd be paying for all three business or for all three insurance like or bill companies combined. Three, two, I don't know. Well, a heater would be under electricity, wouldn't it? Not really sure what bill companies are. I know electricity, water, are the main, obviously, and that's where my ticket comes.
career
That
path have nothing to do with kids. Now, take all this information with a grain of salt because we are talking about a Reddit rant here. But still, I hope you can see some of the other things that people find unpleasant about Blippi. And I'm not saying that just based on that Reddit rant. Nope. If you actually search around on the internet, you'll find parents even talking about how they just don't like his vibe from the jump without even having learned about the Harlem Shake thing. Anyway, the reason I brought up that Reddit thread is because of one of Blippi's critical skill sets, SEO specialist. Right from the start, before he even made the Blippi channel, it seems like Steven was committed to finding ways to go viral through entertainment. I actually like how BuzzFeed phrased it. They said, beneath the surface, Blippi and Steezy Grossman share two traits: a willingness to debase themselves, be it clownish antics or taking a literal dump, for entertainment, and a methodical, calculated
That's what I'm
effort
saying, yo. If you got the right marketing,
to use social
like
media.
you could basically do anything.
okay, you know what? I'm actually not going to knock on him about that. That is some serious skill. That is serious skill, though. That's some good skill.
Anybody here that wants to become a creator? I mean, unless you pay people, I'm pretty sure SEO is actually like paying people.
and its algorithms to reach as many eyeballs as possible. In short, he would go to any lengths to go viral. This ties
Get on
in
anything?
really well with him being an SEO
Fuck this Steven
specialist
guy.
in his past. SEO means search engine optimization, and an SEO specialist is a job where a person essentially learns how a search engine like Google works in terms of ranking content, and then tries to use that knowledge to rank their content high on search results. YouTube uses that same idea, except it's ranking YouTube videos. So Blippi, with such knowledge of ranking factors, almost had the secret sauce when it came to making viral content. As he explains in an interview, he gave the channel, quote, a good foundation of SEO.
That is more so giving it a good foundation of SEO, and then from there
He's got that mouth slang.
creating more and more
Holy
videos
crap.
with a good foundation of SEO.
Once he had that going, it was just a matter of spamming videos. Now, in case you're still lost of what I'm talking about here, think of it this way. For example, if kids are searching up Skibbity Toilet on YouTube, how would you get them to find you? Well, you make a video revolving around Skibbity Toilet. There's a chance
That's
you'll...
what I just said. That's why all the
You know,
makeup videos-
actually, that is genius yet simplistic because that happens all the time. If I were to look up something, there would be a video that doesn't, well, the thumbnail at least of it and the title doesn't involve it. But when I actually go to watch that video, it does actually pertain to the subject I'm looking for. A lot of videos do that. Like, if I looked up something specific, like something about war bosses, something basic, I'm looking up this certain boss. Sometimes I'd get a video about all the bosses, but yet it would still pertain to the one boss I'm looking for. So that is something now that he said it, I'm more familiar with, and I've encountered that all the time, all the time. Um, so it is something I'm still new to in a way, or I'd say new to in a sense like I have never really gone deep in with it, but definitely something that's very genius on top of it. Problem is, though, you got to make content talking about it. So if this does go up on YouTube, what you're probably going to see is when you look up Blippi controversy, my video is probably going to show up on there. Which I guess it is a good thing about people like me who just kind of cover many topics. Because again, anybody can find you. Because when you cover a plethora of stuff, so crap, I'm even doing.
It's always like a trend with kid YouTubers. They'll make like a whatever's trending, an Among Us video. They still do that. They still do that, by the way. They do I guess a Blippi video, whatever. They just push it in the thumbnail, and now it's Skibbity Toilet. So they're gonna be using Skibbity Toilet for the next like a year or two before it falls off.
Yes.
Lanky Box. Oh my god. I wish you guys never told me about that shit.
They wouldn't click on the video, my vlog, my trip to the mall. You gotta hop on trending topics. It's almost how I blew up. It's exactly how I blew up. You just hop on trending topics, but he did it in a crazy way in terms of kid trends, like very niche things. I don't know how else to describe that. You can do your own research on SEO, especially when it comes to children's content, but that's a different world. It's the same YouTube algorithm, but it's just a different world. Because I feel like kid trends just last for years. Like there are still kids watching Baby Shark videos, you know? The point here is that whether
Baby Shark, Mojo, Smosh, Good Mythical Morning, Markiplier.
Hey, Markiplier, hey man. So I'm gonna make a moral. I'm gonna close out here, everybody, but I am gonna make a moral here. Thank you to whoever's viewed. Thank you much. I think people be redeemed. And I know that sounds like the typical main character cartoon thing. I do believe people can be redeemed. Even some people who've actually committed crimes. Some, at least, depending on the crime. I think my problem. So, folks, I've even talked with my brother, and I'm not throwing my brother under the bus. He thinks people like that don't change, and honestly, he's actually right. But here's why he's also wrong. So you notice when a lot of people go to jail, they come back out and they do the same thing again. Nothing was taught. They didn't teach their lesson, and that is a problem. You know, why is it that I think they would be able to learn to get a second chance. But I think the problem is with prisons and jails that don't allow that. That's why then people always say these people will never redeem themselves, which sadly is true. Because it's been shown a lot of these people that come back out of jails or whatever just go back and do it again. A lot of these kids, I see my age go to jail. They come back out, do it again. I think I saw a video. This kid took the car twice. He's took it twice. He's done. These people do it again and again and again. And the problem is the people who say that no one can be redeemed. I'm not trying to knock on them. Sadly, they're right because no one's being able to teach them an actual lesson. Because I personally, me, and again, I don't want to get political here. Jails, I don't think do a good job at teaching that. Something about it. Like I said, I don't want to get into it. But something about the justice system does not ensure. There's this dude, who did this was a long time ago when I was getting an angry grandpa. And that's a different topic, but there was actually a comment I saw where this guy's stepdad was abusive. I'm just gonna say that was abusive, and he wound up actually stabbing the dude. Kid saw kid had enough of it, and he was abusing, and he jabbed him right there with a knife. From then, the guy has actually changed a lot. He's changed. The thing about it is, and I'm not saying, oh, go around and absolutely pummel the crap out of somebody. No, I'm not condoning that at all. No. But that in itself, if you had done something, if something like that happened, somehow that humbles somebody. Somebody almost practically dying, getting for doing a crime that, in that case, just deserved. You deserve that. You're gonna hit somebody. That they are humbled a lot more, and the dude actually changed a lot from then. People can be redeemed. I just think the reason we have so many of these crooks that come back out is because something about when they go in, nothing changes. Nothing. It probably worsens them too, just with the stuff they go through. And while Blippi has done some weird stuff, I think no hard, no foul. But this is not brought up when it comes to jails. Because people are already saying, jails are too cruel for people. Jails are too cruel for people. No, they actually need to be 10 times more colder. Especially for a lot of these crooks and thugs that go and steal stuff, honestly. Those are the main people you want to just, teach them a good lesson to. They're the people who come back out and do this stuff. Honestly, when it comes to a lot more felony-based people, they actually try to stay on the radar after that because they know what they've done. In fact, sometimes they even get killed in prison for it. And so that's exactly my point. If you have a certain karma that happens to them, and I'm not going to get into specifics, certain things can make people change. And I think this guy had no intention of any harm. And I think he understood that, and I think that's why he changed. And bravo to this guy. I hope now, I still don't think he should probably be around kids physically. I'm going to be honest. But bravo to him for at least making a change. Bravo to this guy. And that's the thing. I think people can actually get a second chance. It's just the problem is it's either a systematic thing that we need to fix our system and get our head out of the clouds, or yeah. But people like this we don't forgive them at all. We don't forgive them at all, and that's another point. People like this who've done something so slight are unforgivable. But then, guy who comes back out of prison does it again. So, yeah, that's just my moral. People can be forgiven, and I'm sorry to get somewhat controversial with that. I'm sorry if some people do have a problem with this, and I do apologize for that. I really try not to make this stuff political, or at least opinionated. But that is genuinely how people can change. I just think number one, the people who do come back out and do like whatever don't get the karma they deserve. In fact, they don't even get anything talked about. Notice you don't hear anybody who's committed a felony gets talked about like this. People like this guy do. Why? Because we're glued on the computer. Another moral. Anybody who's a fan of me Whether you do this just because I said so or you actually agree, please get out of your computer once in a while. Like, please get outside. If you are a teenager or even you drive a car, please get out there, please. Like don't sit here and watch me. Watch the sunset, please. Folks need to spend more time with their families. Honestly, more time with friends, more time with family. Crap, sail the world. Get out there. Become like a knight. Bring back knights in England. What happened to exceptional stuff? Become an inventor. Crap, make Iron Man tech. If Christopher Columbus could travel around the world when he was like, what was he, 20? Do it. That's all I got, folks. Thank you very much for watching. Captain Dinger out.